I think when we have something really special on at the gym, because often you live day to day and you're like, am I in the right industry? Am I doing the right thing? But when we have things like game days, so competition days where we can have 60 people in the room at once at the gym or 70 people in the gym at once. When we had our Christmas party, we had 110, back in December, we had, probably a third of our membership base show up to our Christmas party. And you just see 110 people in the room all together, having a few drinks, having a laugh. Game days where everyone's high-fiving, yelling at each other, clapping each other, supporting each other. You stand back and it's like a pinch me moment. And I think that's when I'm like, yeah, I'm where I'm meant to be. I've created this.
Hello and welcome to the Kyl Reber podcast. This is a podcast where every week we give people some questions who on the outside might seem quite ordinary, but on the inside they have a massive story, and it's good to share. This week we have someone who I think a lot of you who know me know that I'm maybe a good coach, but not always the best student. This person raises her voice at me on a daily, sometimes weekly basis, but it's an honor for her first ever podcast, I guess you would say, to speak to Kourtnee Baird.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
How are you?
I'm good.
So for those, to put a bit of context, Kourtnee owns the Fit Stop, which is a metabolic training center that I train at and try not to die at a few times a week. And I thought Kourtnee might be a good one to have on an interview. So every week we have 10 questions. Yep. Kourtnee got the 10 questions. Kourtnee shit her pants and asked about two or three times, what does this question actually mean? Kourtnee conversed with my wife with the same thing about the questions, but there are a list of questions that are a bit out of the box. They're not a question that you might be normally asked on a podcast, and we dive deep into the answers. So with that in mind, we're going to get started because I reckon we got a bit to talk about.
I think so.
Question number 1. Birth to now in 7 minutes.
7.
3.
I had 8.
8 minutes. It's always longer. 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right. So I'm a 99 baby. I was born in 1999. I was born into a family of 6. So one of 4 children. Everyone used to think my mum was crazy because she had 4 kids under 5.5 years old. So very busy household. My dad owned his own business, worked 7 days a week.
Where were you born?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Good question. Yes.
Melbourne City.
Melbourne outer suburbs, like the northern suburbs. So about an hour out of the city. It almost was country in a way. We about an hour out of the city, had like all big properties and all that sort of stuff. Grew up in Melbourne. Very, very busy household. Mum thought it'd be a good idea to get all of us into 4 sports each. So sport was a massive part of our upbringing as well as camping. Always used to go camping, had a caravan at a lake called Epilogue. So we'd love skiing, wakeboarding, tubing, all that sort of stuff. Okay. Anyone that lives in Melbourne or visited, you know that you kind of only get 6 weeks of warm weather throughout the year. So yes, exactly. So we didn't go too often, but we always used to make the best memories and make the most of the good weather when we could. Went through high school, probably a standout went through primary school. A standout primary school was probably, as I started to get a little bit more involved in the sport, I actually made the under 12 Victorian netball and basketball sides, which I went to play Darwin and all the other states and compete.
So sport and activity has been something from day one?
Absolutely.
Was it a family thing?
Yes. So I used to go down and watch my sister every Saturday play netball.
Where are you in the 4 siblings? You're the youngest?
Last, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to go and watch my sister play netball, and Mum said I just used to run around nuts, and she was like, just get her on the court. So when I started prep, I started playing netball as well. So 5 years old. And then, yeah, just loved it. So made the Victorian sides when I was about 11 years old in the under 12 state sides, got to travel around Australia to play all the other states, which was a massive highlight for me. I was house captain as well in grade 6. So led my house to all the sporting carnivals and all that sort of stuff. Graduated, went to which I think was the dumbest idea by my parents, a semi-private Catholic high school. Absolutely hated it.
Co-ed or all girls?
Co-ed, thank God. God, I don't know how I'd cope with the girls. Absolutely hated it. I hated school. I just think back and like I see kids getting ready in the morning and going to school and I just like cringe. Like I hated school.
Why did you hate it?
I think looking back now, I think I had raging and I still do have ADHD and you're nodding like, yep, I can see that. I just hated learning. I wouldn't say I hated learning. I liked learning new things, but I didn't know how. And I didn't know how to comprehend things that teachers were telling me. And like I would look around in the classroom and everyone else would be taking notes and nodding their head like they understood. And I was like, what is going on? You just said 7 sentences in the space of 30 seconds. I don't know what's going on. And so I think I got kind of deemed as the naughty kid, but I was never disrespectful or I wouldn't say even naughty. I just was loud and used to get distracted really easily. So I used to get sent out of class a lot. Just because I was loud and I would be talking to the people 4 rows back saying, do you understand what's going on?
Yep.
Absolutely hated. So I really wanted to drop out, not going to lie, probably in year 11 or 12. But I just pushed through because obviously my parents always just say, we're paying a lot for you to be here. Exactly. So I went through a stage as well where I think my parents split up, my siblings bought houses, moved out, all of that sort of stuff.
What was the gap between you being the youngest and the oldest?
5.5 years. So very close in age.
But that's old enough, like your older sibling and you, like a 5-year gap, that's old enough to have completely different lives at certain ages.
Yes, exactly. And so they all grew up, moved out of home, bought their houses, and I was kind of left with mum and dad splitting up and living between 2 houses and never having the right uniform for school and catching the train every day and all of that sort of stuff. And I think that's when I lost my way in life a little bit. I was probably 16 or 17 and I really tried hard to fit in at school, even though I would love to spend my weekends playing sport and everything. All my friends were going out drinking and partying and all of that. So I kind of tried to do both. And then I probably lent too much into the drinking and all of that sort of stuff, which wasn't bad. Like as I said, I wasn't a bad kid. But you know, when you're 16 and 17, you start sort of drinking, going to parties and 18s and all that sort of stuff. So did my knee. Had to have surgery on my knee, which kind of ruled me out of netball for a year. Not a full reco, just keyhole surgery. I did my meniscus. And so then I missed the trials for the next year for the top level of the state netball, which I had played for years, and then put on a little bit of weight and kind of didn't know what I wanted to do after school. So year in 11 and 12 were probably a bit challenging for me. And then, yeah, graduated, had a boyfriend. Graduated, lived a lot at his place because my parents were split up and obviously they were kind of working their own lives out a little bit.
So what are we now, 18?
Yep, so 8 years ago.
Okay.
8 years ago.
Yep.
And then me and my boyfriend split up and that was kind of like, I was like, well, what's going on? Like that was when I actually really started to go downhill mental health wise. I developed like severe anxiety and depression, which people look at me now and they're like, what the heck? And I can guarantee I was a very different person back then.
Yeah, I'm older than you, but I can see it.
Yeah. So I went through a really few challenging years and then I was working 2 jobs. I remember I would go to work in the morning. I was a dental assistant. So first year out of school, I'd work 8 till 5 every day. And then I would also go and work at a restaurant at night. So 6 till close. And then I'd do that day after day after day. And I think it was because I avoided being home and I just wanted to save and I just wanted to get out of there. So I saved up about 20 grand, bought a 1-way ticket to Europe as you do when you're 19, traveled all around Europe on my own with raging anxiety, like scared.
That's a totally feasible idea.
Crazy, hey.
And how did that go?
Really well. Never missed a flight, never missed a train, never missed my bus on my Kentucky. So I don't know how, but I pulled it together for 5 weeks. Had the most magical time. Like those memories that I have still, I think about it at least once or twice a week. Just amazing. Called my mum crying, saying, I've got no money left. Can you book me a ticket home? Just cried the whole time in the airport because I didn't want to come home. came home, was like, what am I doing? I don't know what I want to do. Still didn't have a really career path. Only just got back into netball, all of that sort of stuff. Wasn't really loving it. Didn't like being home. And I was like, came from, obviously I did Europe summer. So I was like, I just want to live somewhere hot. Like I love the hot weather. I hate being cold in Melbourne all the time. So my brother had moved up to Brisbane actually 3 years earlier. And he was like, oh, just in passing, there's someone moving out of my house in a few months. And I was like, I'll take it. I'm in. Put my car on a truck, put all of my belongings on a truck. And I was in Brisbane a week later, which is where it actually really got a bit messy. I moved up 2 weeks before COVID lockdown.
Oh, cool.
I know.
That's good timing.
I know.
Well, I mean, positives out of negatives. Doing lockdown in Brisbane was a lot better than doing lockdown in Melbourne.
I know. I think I definitely escaped it. And I think that was almost meant to be. It was a little bit of fate. I moved up. I got a job, got fired a week later because I was a dental assistant. They were like, we can't operate. It's a health thing. But I was also deemed a dependent on my parents still in Melbourne because I hadn't changed my license over. So I couldn't get job seeker or job keeper or anything. So for like 2 months we were locked down. I didn't get a cent from anywhere, which was awful. So on the phone to mum again, can you help me out? You paid me my rent. But never ever thought about moving back. Like I was like, I'll figure it out. It's all good. I was with Jesse, my bestest friend, my big brother. So yeah, he looked after me, he nurtured me, got a job, actually met some really good friends through my job, lived down the road in Oxley and actually started to go to Fitstop Corinda and then loved it, fell in love with it. And I was like,
you were down here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Years ago though. Probably 6 years ago now.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And so, yeah, was like, oh, I love this. Like, I want to be a part of this. So I did my cert 3 and 4 in fitness. That took me about a year to do while I was playing semi-professional netball and working full-time as well. And then, yeah, my first job after my certificates were, I applied for Fitstop Gingerly. They were opening. Got the job there as a casual trainer and quit my dental assisting job, started to grow my personal training business, met Riley as well, which I think just happened to be at the perfect time. I kind of started.
Stop, you met him?
No, well, technically, yes, actually. The gym flooded. I don't know if you ever knew. The gym flooded. And he knew a friend of a friend who was coming to help clean up the gym one day. So Riley's like, yeah, I'll come. Riley being FIFO, he's like, I've got a few days off. Came to help clean up the gym and I was there cleaning up too as well. So that's literally how we met. So yeah, we did meet at the gym. And yeah, so I think everything sort of fell into place, if that makes sense. So a few hard years, but yeah, led me to there. And then me and Riley were just like started to think about what we wanted to do. Fitstop Gingerly was about a day from closing. It had no members. It was struggling and we got offered to take it over by the CEO. And at first I was like, absolutely not. No way. I'm not taking on a business. This is crazy. Riley's like, what have we got to lose? Let's do it. He kind of changed my mind. And then I was like, well, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it together. So I took over the gym with 85 members. 3 years later, here we are, going well.
Where are you at now, members?
We're just sitting below 300.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was our end goal, end of 2026 goal, or even midway through 2025, 300 members is our goal. So yeah.
So that is a big jump. And you took over, I wouldn't say something that's failing, but you took over something when it wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
Do you look back and like go, what was I thinking?
Yes, all the time. Me and Riley were 10 years into our, 10 months into our relationship and I was 23.
So there's a massive amount of trust there too.
So much. Yeah. I look back now, I'm like, what on earth were we thinking? But it felt right in the time. And as I said, there wasn't much to lose. We were like, this gym's going to close anyway. We've got a few weeks or a few months to try and pick it back up to see where this place could go. Let's just do it. So
now the Gingerly Fitstop, I mean, I'm not on the numbers, but that would probably be one of the bigger Fitstops.
Yeah. So I think
this area.
Overall, I think we're probably sitting in the top 5 of the entire network.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Where do you see, like, you're not stopping at Fitstop anytime soon? Is there a little closet goal for what you want to do there?
Yes, I think I am the most competitive person you'll ever meet.
Really?
I know.
No.
I am so competitive. And that's why as I said, I've always grown up playing sport and all that sort of stuff. I am so competitive. I believe that we definitely could be in the top 2 locations. I think there's 180, 190. there's one location very close to us that's doing very well, and I'm actually friends with them. But yeah, I would love to be in the top 2 locations.
Healthy competition.
Absolutely. And we're each other's go-to as well. We actually like really help each other out. So yeah, definitely. And I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of Jindalee. Like I'm excited to see where it goes.
Would there be a point where you would go, well, I mean, obviously we're not getting into a business podcast, but would there be a point where I think we've outgrown this place?
Potentially, yeah. Or I think it will be more like we've given all we can to this place. I don't think we can come up with any more fresh ideas or anything. Maybe it's time.
Just be happy where you are.
Yeah, yeah, very much so.
So with all that in mind, you are 26.
Yeah.
That's a fair bit done in 26 years.
Yeah, some
And
people
it's
say that.
funny because you were just looking at all the photos around here and go, we've done nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing okay. I mean, like, what'd you say? You had 80, there was 80 something members when you took over.
Yeah, 85, yeah.
And there's, since what's that? Like you've nearly quadrupled in size. Yeah, no, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. All right, question 2, which if you've been following our podcast previously, this is one of our new questions. 2 non-negotiables that you must have / do every single day.
Exercise. I cannot stress enough, even if it's just a walk, if it's a gym session, if it's a swim, if it's go hard and kill yourself on a Wednesday conditioning, whatever it may be, I have to exercise. I just feel so much better. I feel like a different person when I've exercised.
What happens if you don't?
Yesterday morning, I had so much admin to do. I got up, I jumped straight on the laptop and I didn't exercise until like 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And I was just blur all day. Just feel I couldn't get the ball rolling with things. Like I feel like every task was really hard to do.
Were you always like that? This is something that's been brought on by your rejuvenated lifestyle.
No, I think I've always been like that. I feel like it's my first feeling of accomplishment for the day. So I have to, yeah, opens up my mind, feel a lot more, I have a lot more clarity to be able to do things.
So you are a big advocate of exercising earlier in the day as opposed to later?
I think so.
Where possible?
Yeah, where possible. Yeah, I think definitely, yeah, sets you up for a good day. As people say, like it's when you wake up and you make your bed in the morning, it's like that feeling of accomplishment. Like that's what it is to me.
Yeah. Number 2?
Number 2 is to similar touch base on the same thing, but it's actually to do something where I feel accomplished, whereas that probably intertwines with both things. But I have, got exercise and then do something that makes me feel accomplished.
I have talked to you more than once, and I talked to you just before how you are one person that I notice via Instagram and just talking to you at a million miles an hour. You get as most as you can out of the 24 hours.
Yeah.
Is there ever a time, because you're trying to do all these other things, that you, again, being a business owner, you stop and you go, I don't know if I physically have time to exercise today? Yes,
absolutely. And that's caused a few arguments in our relationship, mine and Riley's, a lot. Because I'm like, I have to. Like, it's like I put it on my daily do's. Like, I make a list every day, and to do is train.
So Riley would know when you're on task with that and when you're not?
Yes, absolutely.
So fuck off, go to the gym. Fuck, go somewhere.
Yes.
Go anywhere but sitting here.
Yes, he's like, girl, you need to exercise. So yes. Yeah.
Okay. Question 3. 3 people, alive or dead, you would love to have over for dinner.
One of them is Calvin Harris. I'm absolutely obsessed with him. I love his music.
Al?
Yeah.
Met him once.
Did you really?
Keep going.
Oh, God, I'm jealous.
It's not about me.
Yeah. I absolutely love him. I love his music. I love everything about him. And one of my goals is to go to Europe and watch him at a festival one time, Tomorrowland or
Favorite Calvin Harris track?
Oh my God, I've gone completely blank. I completely forgot.
Start singing that.
Oh no. Oh, Outside.
Ellie Goulding.
Yes. Do you like him?
Yeah.
Yeah, how good. Yeah, there you go. Another one is Meg Sutherland. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of her, Meg Sutherland. She actually got married recently, so she's Meg Martin, but a big High Rocks person. She one day just started this big following of people that would rock up to Kangaroo Point every Saturday morning and do a 10K run. She started that just because she wanted everyone to believe that they're capable of more. When you push your body to, when you think you push your body to 100%, it's actually only 40. It's your mind that's going to get you through the rest of the 60. So she just started that on a Saturday morning. She used to get hundreds and hundreds of people turn up there. And then she built her following on Instagram and started to go down to the High Rocks route and all that sort of stuff, still building her following. And now she's one of the elite pro athletes of High Rocks. I just love her mental strength. I think she's really inspiring. And I do follow her. I follow along her journeys. I watch her at High Rocks.
It's funny how that stuff starts. I don't know if you ever heard, there was a thing, so is in Sydney called the 440.
Yeah.
Same thing. They just meet at Bronte Beach.
That's right. It's crazy. And all it is it's word of mouth and it's your reputation as well. But yeah, I think she's just built something really special. And my third person would be my big brother, Jesse. Yeah. I'd love to catch up with him. Sorry.
It's all right. He passed away recently.
Yeah. He was like the biggest person between me changing my life when I moved up here. Completely changed my life. Like, as I said, people wouldn't recognize me today if they, like my friends back in Melbourne. He was, yeah, just the best, my best friend.
I often think about this stuff with my dad. If I had a minute or two with him, what would be the sentence you would say? The first thing?
Thank you. Probably thank you. I miss you. Yeah.
And then what do you think? Trying to think of the words here. What do you think he would say to you?
He would say, "Stop crying." That's what he would say.
It's good.
And then he would, yeah, he'd tell me he's proud.
He probably is. I don't doubt that for a second.
Yeah. Yeah. When I moved up, I was just like this 19-year-old that had no idea what they were doing with their lives, no aspirations or goals. And just by watching him and the way that he ran his life and he communicated with people and his reputation, like for 3 years we lived together every day. And so it just slowly rubbed off on me. And like, just he'd wake up every day so positive, and then it's made me think, shit, you know, life's actually not that bad. And like, I just slowly every day started to change my mindset on life purely because I was just around him all the time.
Where was he in the sibling?
Third, so just above me.
So why did you click more with him than the other two?
Because we were closer in age. Like when my sister and my older brother went to school, we were still,
right, you
know, hanging out with mum every day. We were very similar in terms of our traits and personalities as well. Both silly, so silly together. Jesse's gay as well, so I feel like he had feminine energy, so it's almost like I had not a little sister, but he could relate to a lot of things as a gay man. And I would always ask him, and he had such cool style, so I'd always ask him like his advice on what to wear and all of that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, we're just so silly together, same personality.
Do you think if you'd moved up here and moved in with someone else, you wouldn't be sitting here?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't be. No way.
It's funny how people can be such an influence to us by just being beside us.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't know where or if I'd be, around if I was still in Melbourne.
Good. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to move on?
Yes. Very ready.
Question 4. Where were you when you had that moment that you knew this is what you were put on earth to do?
This question made me think a lot. I think when we have something really special on at the gym, because often you live day to day and you're like, am I in the right industry? Am I doing the right thing? But when we have things like game days, so competition days where we can have 60 people in the room at once at the gym or 70 people in the gym at once. When we had our Christmas party, we had 110, back in December, we had, probably a third of our membership base show up to our Christmas party. And you just see 110 people in the room all together, having a few drinks, having a laugh. Game days where everyone's high-fiving, yelling at each other, clapping each other, supporting each other. You stand back and it's like a pinch me moment. And I think that's when I'm like, I'm where I'm meant to be. I've created this.
We were talking before we started recording and I'll say like, I'll be here on the quiet days or after a big morning of classes or whatever, and I'll just sit or look. The other thing is when you do that in the opposite spectrum and like in the middle of one of those busy days, you just almost get transported a bit out of body.
Yeah.
And you just go, fuck, I can't believe this has happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
How often would you have that?
I have it, as I said, when we have something on at the gym, like an event, or on the netball court in the grand final, when I'm walking out on court, probably once or twice a year. So it's not often.
No, I don't think, if you've had them too often, it wouldn't mean as
That's
much.
right. But it's core memories. Like it truly is. It's, yeah, a good feeling.
Okay. Question 5. Who is the one person that you credit with setting you in the right direction?
I'd say my brother.
Move back.
Easily. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to ask, because I never met him. Like you said, you have all these things in common, the connection because of the age, similarity, and everything like that. Why, like I'm trying to think of how to put it into a context. What made Jesse, like I said, you had all these other traits, but what made him just so cool?
I don't know. We often look at that and we say,
how did we like each other? How did that actually happen?
Yeah, I look at my mum and I look at my dad, and they're not confident people at all. They could never get on a stage and speak in front of people ever. They're not the most positive people. They don't have the most positive outlook on life.
What about your other 2 siblings?
Yeah, they're a bit more introverted as well. They would never be on stage.
What happened with Jesse that was different, and clearly that rubbed off on you?
I think him getting out of Melbourne early on, because he got a job at 18 or 19 and moved up here to be on Channel 10. His first job in the industry, straight out of school, deferred uni, all of that sort of stuff. Actually getting out of the toxicity, I guess, of our family and in Melbourne, and just to be free. And I think that's when he kind of came out as being gay, and he got to the point where he's like, I actually don't care what anyone thinks of me anymore. And
so he got the chance to be him.
That's right. And and growing up, he was like that too. He was always on stage. He was, they did our school concert, our school musical in high school was Grease, and he played Danny, like on stage singing in front of hundreds of people. Like, we don't know where he got it from, but he's the spitting image of my dad. So we're like, obviously he's one of us, but his outlook on life, I've never met anyone that is just so positive about everything.
And you can't help but feed off that energy.
Absolutely. As I said, especially when you live with it every day.
And do you think, going back to you moving out of home, had you stayed in Melbourne, you'd be a very different Kourtnee?
Absolutely. I would probably still be dental assisting every day, crying on my way to work because I hate my job, not knowing who I am or what I was put on this earth to do, not having a career path. Probably would have quit netball years ago. Didn't even like going to the gym when I was younger. That's only sort of aspired when I moved to Brisbane. So yeah, very, very different.
Without jumping too far ahead in questions, as an older person, when you become older, or if you were to have children, that would be something that you would advise your kids to do, like get out?
Yeah. I think it is so important that at least once in your lifetime, you need to live out and away from home. I think that's important just for your own personal growth, to see what you actually want to do. And I think you get so caught up in what everyone else is doing and trying to fit in and make sure that you're not being left behind with school friends and all that sort of stuff, that when I moved up here, I didn't care what they thought of me. I was like, I don't see you on the day-to-day anyway.
You moved up here, and other than Jesse, you knew nobody?
Yeah. Not one person.
It's almost like being in another country.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I will encourage my kids always, or at least go travel Europe, or maybe when I'm a parent, I'll be a little bit more strict. Don't be so silly. Don't be like your mum. But yeah,
I think that's the thing. Like we were talking again about things that rub off with our parents. Like I said, we learn how to parent, and then we also learn how not to parent.
Yes.
So I think it works both ways.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, but no, I think it's very important. You kind of, do things that you didn't think you would ever do if you move out.
Very cool. All right, this is the one that you were struggling with. So let's see how we go. Question 6, rock star or movie star? Which one, who, and why?
Yeah, I did. I got stuck on this. I was asking for Helen's advice last night. It's like, I'm not answering it for you. I said movie star.
Uh-huh.
Heath Ledger.
Oh, yeah.
I love that man. In the Joker. Oh, golly. He is unreal. The way he's able to actually put himself into the character, become the person. As sad as it is, I think that's actually why he developed mental health issues later on.
There is a belief that it accelerated.
Yes, but he was just,
he was a method actor. So he would just walk around and just talk like the Joker.
Yeah, that's right. So I think, the way he was able to immerse himself and become the character was like incredible to see. But yeah, unfortunately, I think that was also his biggest demon.
Why do you see a bit of yourself in Heath Ledger?
I wouldn't say yes, no.
Why did Heath Ledger jump out more than others?
I remember watching him in movies like 10 Things I Hate About You as well. And he just has like.
You see, when that came out, you would have been like a child.
I was, and I wasn't allowed to watch it for a very long time either. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he had this just a quirk about him, his smile, everything. It was like infectious. I think he was infectious. Yeah.
So you're too young to remember like the home and away days and all that sort
of probably. I was home and away's only been terrible since I've been watching it.
I think I've watched 3 episodes of Home and Away in my entire life.
Lucky you got more brain
questions. Yeah. And I'm never turning back. All right. Number 7. 2 things that are on your bucket list.
Ever since me and Riley met, we've always said we need to do a big Europe trip. We've always saved for it, but it's never been the right time. And I would not want to go at the moment with the gym. I just wouldn't feel okay going frolicking Europe when we still got work to do on the gym. So Europe, we were hoping this year, but I think it's going to be 2027 or 2028. That'll be our biggest trip together. Like we've never really been on a trip together before. Because ever since we met, as I said, we've been grinding away at the gym. So a Europe trip, and then we also would love to start a business together. Another one, or start one, I guess. Start a business together or something else eventually, maybe.
So something different to what you're already doing.
Yeah. Either start something or take something on again. It's a little bit different. We just
because you don't, because you've got so much free time.
Totally. Yeah. All the time in the world.
I remember recently there was something. It was like late last year. There was something on. There was like a Sunday session, and I said, "Oh, is that on Sunday?" And you said, "No, we're going away. If we don't, it's going to be bad."
Yeah. When was that? Oh, that was
It was one of the Paladin sessions.
Yeah, that's right. King's birthday or something late last year. Yeah, I was like, we will break off if we do not have a day off. So yeah, that's something that we'd love to do later on in life. That might be, later on.
Because Riley is FIFO. So how does that go?
It was hard when we first started the business. It was really hard, actually. I was crying all the time. Like, I was like, how are we going to get this gym off the floor? We're pouring money into it. Like, it's not going anywhere.
You thought it was all you?
Yeah. Took it all on, all of it. And if we didn't grow within the first, I honestly was like, oh, we'll have it off the ground in 6 months.
Because it's actually been good lately. I can say this in the nicest possible way. It's been good not to see you so much at the gym.
Yeah.
Because that's the big thing, and I have it here.
Yeah.
If you are here all the time, people see you on the coaching. Coaching takes a lot of time.
Yes.
And you can't be checking your emails and doing stuff while you're coaching.
That's right.
So it's a very specific task,
Yeah.
and then you have all the other tasks to do. So it's been good not to see you as much. So do you think you're getting a bit better with what you do there?
Yes, absolutely. I think we've definitely improved with that. Our time management's better. We have a really good team on. Like the boys are all unreal. We're very lucky. And yeah, as you said, if you're working in the business, you can't work on it. It's that took us a long time to learn, but also we had to be in it to create those relationships with people and to save wages before we could then take a step back.
And this is the same thing that I say here, like you specifically, you are Fit Stop Genderly, and that's the thing here. And it sounds so arrogant saying it, but it's true. I am CMA.
Yeah.
If I'm not here for 2-3 weeks, there's little things like it's not necessarily like the classes suffer or anything like that. Just things aren't
Yeah.
just right.
Touch points.
Mm.
I think it's, those touch points aren't there because you're not there, and if you haven't seen someone in a week,
Yeah.
I'm always like, where have you been? We missed you.
Yeah.
Whereas that probably wouldn't happen. So then a week turns into 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks, and then you see their cancellation come through, and you're like, oh, actually I haven't seen them in a month.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm all over that on a day to day. So yeah, it is. It's things do start to slip if you're not there. So.
And Riley, what's Riley's role at the gym?
Riley is actually the most underrated. He is the backbone. And I genuinely
shout
mean
out
it.
to Riley.
Big shout out to Riley. He is actually the backbone of Fit Stop Gingerly. Like, I am very glorified there because I'm the one that's the show pony and takes all the credit. But there is absolutely no way that Fit Stop Gingerly would be what it is without Riley. He does all the social media. He does all the marketing. He just does, like, keeps me in check. He's like, all right, he'll have our monthly plan. It's gonna be like, all right, the 6-week challenge starts here. So we've got to order all the merch for the 6-week challenge. We've got to start pre-sales here, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, all right, beautiful. I'll do that in the gym. So he literally gives me all the information and I just have to transpire it.
It's your job card.
Yeah, exactly. Just a to-do list. He is honestly, it wouldn't be what it is without him. I actually think, I genuinely think that I would be sitting around maybe 160 members if it wasn't for him.
Yeah. Whilst he is doing his own job.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there was another social media that came. I actually, your social media makes me chuckle because he'd come straight home from a swing and then went straight out and did 2 cashiers.
Yeah. So he literally got home. He drove on a Thursday night at like 5 or 6 p.m. Cooked dinner, went to bed, woke up the next day at like 6 a.m., went and did a cashier for the day. And I was like, awesome. So, but no, he is the hardest worker. He does 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. But in his 2 weeks off, he's technically working at the gym. He's doing cashiers. He's doing whatever he can to support me. I had a client the other day down at the netball courts. I've been seeing some netballers one-on-one. And I said, oh, come on, put your joggers on. I might need your help. So he's standing on the netball court with a netball helping me. So yeah.
I would love to see.
Yeah. He's like, coach, put me in. So I can't ask any more from him.
So we're going to jump back a bit. So when you guys connected at that flood thing, what was the thing you connected on?
Well,
here we go.
Yeah. He just messaged me on Instagram afterwards and said, like, hope the gym's all good, blah, blah, blah. Because I actually wasn't working at the time. I still had my dental assisting job. So I was kind of doing both. And then, went out for coffee. That was our first date. Straight to it. That's right. Yeah. But I remember after our first date, I literally went home and I texted my best friend and I said, I'm going to marry him. How crazy is that? After our very first date. It's good. Literally 2-hour coffee. It's supposed to be half an hour, turned into 2 hours.
You guys do seem like, and again, the fact you're both so vested in, I would say you probably hold each other accountable. Yes. Like you would say that he holds you more accountable. Yeah. But obviously you get the permission to have all the energy while all the other stuff's happening in the background. Yeah, I think so. And I think as well, sometimes like he'll say to me, I'm going to have a rest day. And I said, Riley, you haven't been for a Saturday in 3 weeks because you're away. You need to come and you need to be there on a Saturday. Like just to show face and see the members. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I'll be there. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's those little touch points, I guess. Yeah, very good. Very good. All right. Did we do question 2 on the bucket list? Yeah, start another business. Yeah. Right. Question 8. Yeah, we got dragged in. We were just talking about Riley. It's all the Riley show. All right, our next guest on the podcast. Living for it. Question 8. If you could live anywhere in the world, where and why? This one I struggle with, and I sound so boring, but I would honestly say Brisbane, Australia. I don't think that's boring. I'm so happy here. I've built my little crowd, my little crew, with me and Riley purchased a home earlier on this year. I'm so happy here. Why, besides the weather? And I love Melbourne. Yeah. But the weather here is a big one. Yeah. What else is there? I'm close enough to family if I need them. My brother's about to have a baby. My sister's had a baby. She's in Melbourne. Close enough to New Zealand where me and Riley really want to travel to. We're safe here. We take for granted how safe Australia is as a country. So.
And there is so much we want to do. We want to go to Perth. I would love to explore more of the Northern Territory, go to Tassie for a little bit. Like there is so much that our country delivers. And if we were to move, the flight, the travel, everything is actually, so it's actually really hard to get to Australia from any other country, obviously, unless it's like more of your Asian countries. But yeah, actually, I love it. The Gold Coast is an hour away. They reckon it's some of the most nice beaches in the world.
But you're definitely a summer person more than a winter person.
God. Yeah. I could never go back to Melbourne ever. Yeah.
I said it's beautiful. Like I go to Melbourne quite a bit. Beautiful place, but the weather here is just next level.
Yeah, that's right. We've got Noosa now 2 hours away, the sunny coast, like Byron. We're very lucky. We're in a good spot, I think.
Do you getting around in Brisbane too? It's just the one big country town.
Yeah. Yeah, Melbourne's like 3-4 times the size of Brisbane.
It's funny, when I have mates from Melbourne come here, or they'll be teaching at the gym and they'll want to go to get something or whatever, and I go, oh, I'll send you. Well, that's a bit far. It's 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I go, mate, we drive an hour to do that.
That's right. As I said, when I was in Melbourne, it almost was considered country. We're an hour out of the city. Now we drive through the city all the time to get to the north side, and it's just, it's easy. It's easy up here.
So you're never looking back?
No, definitely not there. Looking forward though, maybe maybe the Gold Coast or something.
There's a beach house. There's a beach house coming.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. We'd love to buy a property down the coast, around the coast. Yeah, just be close to the beach.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Question 9. 3 pieces of advice you would give anyone who is not backing themselves that could learn how to back themselves.
I would tell people, like, literally imagine getting, retiring, going to an old person's home or whatever, and thinking, as you sit there, like, I never reached my full potential. I never knew what I was capable of. Like, I think that is my biggest piece of advice, is to give things a go. Like, imagine what can of worms you could open. Like, imagine what you actually could strive towards, or you like, I feel like just giving everything a go. You know what I mean? Like, I would hate to get to the end of my life and being like, I was too scared to try that. I didn't have the confidence to do something else. That's one thing. I would say that it's okay to fail as well. I feel like you can only learn from failure, right?
What would you say you've failed at? What would you just say? It's just, I tried it, but it's just not my thing.
I would more so say that I tried it, but it's not my thing. Oh, it's hundreds of things at the gym. We tried so many things. We tried, God, a million different things, and it didn't work, especially with lead generation and stuff like that. We just tried something else. We failed, we tried something else.
What about personally?
Well, I would like to say that I didn't work out with netball. I always thought in my life I'd play professional netball, always, like ever since I was a little girl. And I would say that hasn't worked out, but also it's given me more time to work on the gym and possibly look at what other avenues in life I can take, whether this be fitness racing or.
But it wasn't through lack of trying. It just wasn't meant to be.
That's right. Possibly.
Netball is very hard on the body.
Yes. Big time. Big time. And I actually have really enjoyed being injury free the last 6 months since last playing. And I would say as well to be able to take on feedback, which as a kid, when I was a little shit, I would always think someone was picking on me. Like, Kourtnee, can you please do this? Oh, just maybe do this better next time. I was like, oh my God, they hate me. Like, I'm quitting. I went through jobs after job after job. But yeah, learning to take on feedback. I actually ask people for feedback all the time now. I love feedback. I'm like, it's only going to make me better. So I think having that mindset shift, and again, that all changed when I moved up here, but I love feedback now.
It's a thing that I talk about in here a lot. It's how, especially with younger people, we take feedback and we mistake feedback for criticism.
Yeah, correct.
And I'll always say in here, feedback is, Kourtnee, can you, next time I want you to try this, this and this. Criticism is, Kourtnee, you're ugly, you smell, and nobody likes you. They're very different. Yeah. And I think, as if you've ever trained much with teenagers, when you say something, they respond back with, I know.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you knew,
you wouldn't have done
fucking doing
That's
it.
Right.
But what changed in your mindset between Melbourne and Brisbane that you just needed, well, you knew you needed to take feedback?
I think that I realized that I wanted to be the best person I could be, and I knew that I was capable of more, and I knew that I was growing as a person, and that was going to help me. And I think, again, it was that mindset shift. But yeah, God, if someone said something to me, I would go home crying, being like, oh my God, they hate me. They don't think I'm good, all this sort of stuff. Whereas
We have
like,
that, so we have that in here as well, and it's hard because you want somebody to succeed. In order to do that, they have to get feedback.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you go, oh, maybe should I have just said nothing?
yeah,
But yeah, it's and again, you're in a new territory, you're in a new city, you're building a new business. You fucking, as you and I will both know, like you just said before, it's not the things you're getting wrong, it's the things you're actually getting right.
yeah, exactly.
Last one,
Here we go.
maybe. If you could write a letter to your 15-year-old self right now, what would the first paragraph be?
It would be, don't try so hard to fit in when you were born to stand out.
It's got Lady Gaga all over it. Why, this probably is going to lead into question 11.
Okay.
I find you to be, like you said, you're very keen to take on feedback. Forgive my honesty here. You're also in the state of very hard, like very keen to take feedback. I find you are also very hard on yourself. This should be better. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. And again, back to that line that you just let slip out before we started, when you were looking at all the photos, we've got nothing. We've done
It
nothing.
does sound bad, doesn't it?
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
We look at, we forget, like, I can't believe that's 30 years we've been doing this. But how much have you achieved in the space of not 2 years? Like, you break it down into months, 24 months.
Yeah.
You've quadrupled the size of a gym. You're living here. I think you bought a property.
Yep.
You're doing this, you're doing that. It's like, it's almost like you've done 10 years of stuff in 2. What else is there to do?
Yeah.
You know, and that's why, like I said, I've always watched you, how much you are just push, 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 push. I think there can't be too many days where you sit back and go, fuck, I got nothing done today.
No, that doesn't happen often. And if I do, if there is, I am hard on myself. I'm like, fuck, what have I done to grow the business today?
But then I think the people who are the most successful are the people who are also the hardest on themselves. If they sit back and go, I don't need to do anything today, this is all good, then nothing gets achieved.
Correct.
And I keep coming back. I would love to have met you in Melbourne.
You wouldn't have. Trust me, you would have not. You've been like, who is that?
Way worse people.
Yeah.
But it would have been very interesting. And again, I think the shift, like, and there's so many variables here. There's you moving to Brisbane, not knowing anyone, but then having your brother who basically was guiding you / saying, let's do this. Would you say what you are doing is kind of an unconscious legacy?
Perhaps, yeah. Yeah. I never really thought about it like that. Yeah. Potentially.
It's funny, isn't it? And again, from someone who's lost people too, there's always these things where you go, I just want to make, like you said, I want to make this person proud. So I don't want to fuck this up. And again, it's in the moment, it's go, go, go. But in those moments where you're sitting back at the gym when it's by itself, that's probably where you go, Jesse would be proud of this.
Yeah.
He'd probably be here training.
Yeah. He would, 100%. There's often times, me and Riley would drive home and I'll be like, oh my God, and did you see this person do that this morning? Oh my God, and then this person, like, did you see that? Like,
it's the little things.
It is. It's so rewarding. It truly is.
It's the little things. And again, that the best gyms or clubs aren't the people with the biggest members, aren't the ones with the biggest members. They're the ones with the strongest community. And from a person who's been doing this a long time, and I think we have a very good community here, your culture and your community is always going to be your secret weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I do. Very much so.
All right. Kourtnee Baird, You're done.
Thanks for having me.
Is that bad? Can't see under the table, but the hands have like
Yeah.
constantly been shifting and
Sweating. No, thank you for having me. It's been nice. It's actually yeah, it's crazy to talk about things and break it down and actually sit in silence for a little bit and think about your answers.
That would be probably, if I was to give you another, like we keep talking about those silent moments, just every now and then just sit back and think. And you don't realize in the heat of the moment. And then you get that one message, like you've changed my life or you've done this for me. Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Because we sometimes get so busy being busy that we forget about all these other things that we're creating.
Yeah.
We forget about all this stuff.
That's right. That's right. It's like, we just want it to be the safest place and the best part of someone's day every day.
I reckon you're doing okay. Look, I'll be honest, there are days where I go, you want me to do fucking what? And she yells at me. She yells at me.
Because he never understands what's happening at the station.
Oh, there's so much going on.
Station 4, Kyl. Go to station 4. Kyl, station 4. That's 3. That's 5. Just in between there.
I think you've only stopped the music once. Yelled at me.
I do remember that. It was right down. Right. That's for my teacher voice on.
I know. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate this. Guys, we've got more episodes coming. Listen to past episodes. You can find this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube, which Kourtnee wasn't totally a fan of initially, but she had to go home and make herself look pretty. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.